Cannot wait to get up out of here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So happy new year. I know this is my first video since the new year started, and I hope you guys are having an amazing year so far. I hope that your year has gotten started off on a good foot. If it hasn't, like the rest of us, honestly, a lot of us literally don't start the new year until like February at this point. But I hope your year is going great so far, and I hope that you're doing everything that you said you were going to do in 2022. So in this video, we're going to be doing a lot of chitting and chatting, okay? So get yourself a snack, get yourself a drink. I wish I had a glass of wine or something, but to be honest, I don't need it anyway because I'm trying to get this body together, and alcohol is just not doing it for me these days. So I'm just gonna be chit-chatting, and you guys can grab a snack, grab whatever you need, and just listen to me talk. Literally, I'm gonna be giving you guys an overview of 2022, like a quick recap, and then just talking to you guys about life in Atlanta, how it's been, an update on what I'm gonna be doing this year, some of my goals, my plans, and all of that. So if you are interested in any of that, definitely stay tuned. So as you guys know, or if you don't know, 2021 was a pretty rough year for me. I'm not gonna go too in detail about it, but you guys, if you are not new here, then you remember I posted about it. I told you guys about it on Instagram. I posted a video about it. What happened? I'm still kind of dealing with it to this day. It's not something you just get over, but I am a lot better now, obviously. It's been a couple of years at this point. Actually, it's been like a year, to be honest, but I have come to terms with what happened, and I realized that I just need to take better care of my body, listen to myself, just, you know, not neglect myself as much as I was. And I think that's what, ultimately, that was what I was supposed to get out of that whole experience. I have been really focusing on myself lately. As you guys may have known, your girl has not been really posting a whole lot. I haven't really been posting on Instagram, on my story, all of that, but I've been doing a lot. So we're gonna do a recap of 2022. So basically January of 2022, typically I like to start my year off productive. So I started this thing where in January every year now, I want to do a workcation. So I'll basically just pack up a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of outfits and things to do content. I'll get an Airbnb, stay there for a week, and just do work, literally. Because sometimes I have to isolate myself from home, because home is home, home is work, home is just where everything is. So in order for me to be productive, sometimes I have to separate myself. So that's why I started to do workations, and it's a great write-off for those of you who are influencers. It's a great write-off on taxes, just so you know. But I love to do those because they just help me get my year going. So I did have one last week, but we're still in 2022 right now, so let's focus. So on to February. My husband's family came to visit us when we were in Corpus at the time. It was an amazing time. It was the first time that any family has visited us since we've been off to the military. Every time we were to see family, it was us going back to Florida or going home. So it was really nice for someone to finally come and visit us. If you guys are military, or if you were military or whatever, you guys know the battle of I'm coming to visit, or I'm gonna come and visit you, or you come visit me, like that back and forth thing. It was literally like we always had to go home in order to see our family, and they were like, you know what, we're gonna come and see y'all. So that was a really nice time. We had a lot of fun, and then nothing really eventful really happened that month. Me and my husband went to one of his friends' baby shower. I'm pretty sure that was my first baby shower that I've ever been to, which is crazy, but it was so much fun. We played a lot of games, took pictures. You know, baby showers are typically for the adults anyway, because they just be getting drunk. So we were just having a lot of fun, and that was a good time. In March, nothing really happened, but I did have another workcation. I obviously like to do workations. They're really, really, really productive for me. Sometimes I have some unsuccessful ones, and that is a bummer because you spend all this money, you pack up all this stuff, you get everything together, and then you get there and you don't really get any content. That has happened to me more often than I'd like it to. But I had another workation, took some photos. I don't know if I did any videos or anything like that, but it was still productive at the end of the day. So in April, nothing happened. Once again, I had another workation, okay? I didn't really have a successful one in March, which is why I'm pretty sure I did it again the next month. So I think that was pretty successful. Anytime I mention any of these workations or anything in this video, I will have stuff up on the screen for you guys to get the visual. And y'all, I'm a talker with my hands, so please, please, please don't kill me. I'm very expressive, okay? So I have to move my body. I have to move. I can't just sit here like this and talk because It drives me nuts. But so here comes May. We're almost like halfway through the year. I decided I wanted to start getting back into my fitness because obviously the year prior in September I had surgery. I wasn't able to really do too much too soon. So at that point I felt comfortable to start working out again, and I wanted to do something that would kind of force me to work out. So I did sign up for Orange Theory. It was literally the best decision I had ever made at the time. I freaking loved Orange Theory Fitness. It was so much fun. It was such a great vibe. I don't know how it is at every Orange Theory Fitness, but at least the one that I went to, the community was really, really nice. They were like, everyone was super motivating and everybody's just in there trying to get it, you know? It's not like a competition. I mean, it kind of is, because if you look at the TV screen, it has like, you know, your information up there, but it's not really a competition, whatever. But I really enjoyed Orange Theory Fitness so much, and I ended up staying there for a few months, but that was honestly right before me and my husband were gonna be leaving, so I was kind of bummed about that. So also in May, I relaxed my hair. I was kind of sick of having to deal with my hair. I was neglecting it anyways. I would literally just braid it down or not even do anything to it, slap a wig on top of it, and my hair would be super matted. I had so many like single strand knots. My hair was dry, it was brittle. I was over it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna cut my hair and I'm gonna relax it, because it saved my life. Like, in all the time that I spent on my hair, I didn't have to worry about it. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulder. And don't get me wrong, I love my hair, any state that it's in. But I just, at the time, I was going through so much mentally and physically that my hair was just one of those things that I didn't have to deal with. So I didn't. So the end of May rolls around and I actually visited Atlanta because I have family here, and one of my cousins graduated from high school. So that was really cool. I came here, and that was before I actually decided to move here. So while we were here, it was just kind of like, you know what, we should try, you know, we should look into moving to Atlanta and see what that's like, you know. We started looking at houses and stuff, but we weren't really taking it serious at that point. So I went to the graduation and spent time with family, fun stuff, playing games, hanging out, doing all that kind of stuff. And then here comes June. So you guys know, after you start working out, it seems like all these things start to happen, like events, parties, functions, all this stuff. It kind of gets you off your game. So that's pretty much what happened to me. Like I said, I started Orange Theory Fitness, and then in June, or not June, at the end of May, I went to Atlanta and I was just eating all kinds of stuff and just doing the most, really, because in Corpus there really wasn't any options for food, and I was just deprived of all those great yummy things that I wanted to eat. So I kind of binged when I was in Atlanta in May. So once June came, I decided I wanted to get back on my fitness. So I obviously started to go back to Orange Theory, and I was kind of getting sick of getting charged and I wasn't going to the classes. I was like, this ain't it, because it was like $99 a month for the membership that I had. And I was like, absolutely not. So I started to go back to Orange Theory, and I was just loving it. I really enjoyed that so much. I'm thinking about signing up for it again, but we'll get into that in a second. So after that, I decided to do another workation. I was like, it's been a little while. I haven't really posted too much content. I'm gonna go do another workation. I can't remember if that was 100% successful or not, but we'll see with the photos on the screen if it was or not. So July comes around, of course that's like the 4th of July weekend. My husband and I never really did anything in Corpus, so we decided to go to San Antonio. Honestly, there wasn't really anything there. It wasn't really much going on. We stayed in a hotel downtown, so we did walk the strip, and we just kind of like, you know, where the bars and stuff are at. But we didn't really do anything, to be honest. It was just kind of like, you know, while we were there. So we stayed there for that weekend, and then we came back. I made sure to stay on my ish. I started to go back to Orange Theory Fitness again because I didn't want to get off. So in July, I did end up stopping Orange Theory Fitness because the way their cancellation policy works, you have to do it like 30 days in advance to not get charged for the next month, if that makes any sense. So I had to cancel in July in order for it to be done during the next billing period in August. It was something weird, I don't know, but I ended up canceling it, but I still had classes that I could use up. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to use those classes because I was so freaking busy, and there were so many loose ends that we had to tie up. So I ended up canceling, like I said. Unfortunately, with that experience, they were literally charging me up until last month. So I canceled back in July, and they were charging me all the way till December. So you do the math. That was four months. July, August, September, October, November, December. 5 months of them charging me $99 every month, and I canceled in July. Anyway, that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, to be honest, because once I got to Atlanta, I was gonna sign back up for Orange Theory, but then I saw that I was still a member, and I was like, wait a minute, I canceled. So that was a whole thing, and I was like, you know what, I don't know if I wanna do that again. But obviously August rolls around, and it is time to find somewhere to live. We already knew that we were gonna be moving to Atlanta, but we had to find a home to live in. So that was a bit of a, you know, kind of all over the place. Unfortunately, we weren't able to actually come and view the home before moving into it, which I do not recommend, obviously. But if you aren't able to like fly from one state to another and just be back and forth, it was a lot of stuff going on, a lot of deadlines, appointments, and things that we had to get through in Corpus. So we weren't able to actually come and view the house. So that was a bummer, and I'll get into that in a second. But we ended up signing a lease for the home that I'm currently living in. We didn't want to just buy a house right off the jump because one, we weren't sure if we were even going to stay in Atlanta long term, and it just doesn't make sense to literally buy a house and you never seen it. You know, it just doesn't make sense. So we were just like, we're just gonna rent and see how we like the area, and then we're gonna go from there. Also in August, while I was here getting the keys for this home that we're living in, I found out that I was nominated for the American Influencer Award. So Fashion Trend Influencer of the Year was the category that I was nominated for. Unfortunately, I did not win. They announced the winners last week, and I didn't win, but I want to thank everyone who did vote for me. I truly, truly appreciate it. Bigger things, okay? Bigger things are coming. So hopefully, you know, maybe one year I will be nominated again and I will win, who knows? So then after that, I went back home from getting the keys for the home that I'm currently living in, like I said. And then I went to Austin to see Kid Cudi, and that was just amazing. To be honest, that was probably one of the worst nights of my life. Aside from the Kid Cudi concert, after the Kid Cudi concert and a little bit of what happened at the concert, literally the worst night of my life. I was like, I can't believe this is happening to me. I cannot believe this. So I immediately went to go look where he would be at next, and he was coming to Atlanta. So guess where I went? I came to Atlanta. I have a house here now. I was like, girl, you can literally go home. You ain't gotta get a hotel, you ain't gotta do nothing. Go to the house, stay there, go to the Kid Cudi concert, and go back to Corpus. So on top of me booking my ticket to see Kid Cudi again in September, I also RSVP'd for something else. And I thought about not mentioning this in the video because it is kind of like, girl, but I'm gonna say it because I wanna be nice and vulnerable with y'all. So if you guys may or may not remember what else happened in September, Aaliyah's Face had a meet and greet, and I was like, ooh, I gotta meet my girl Aaliyah because I love her. She's so motivating. I've been following her since she was vlogging back in college, and I was like, I have to meet my girl, I have to. So I RSVP'd, I got the email, and I was like, all right, I'm in there. So it just worked out that I was already gonna be here, and I was just like, listen, I might as well just go. So I get here, the Kid Cudi concert wasn't until like the middle of the week, and I'm pretty sure her meet and greet was on a Monday. So I was like, I got here on like Saturday or Sunday or something like that. I got dressed, I was ready to go, pulled up to Toast on Lennox because that's where she had it, and I just was crippled with my anxiety. I have really bad anxiety. If you guys didn't know that, I have really bad social anxiety. I've always been like this. I didn't know what it was when I was younger, but as I got older, I was evaluated. Y'all know the drill. So I just couldn't go in. I even vlogged that experience the whole time I was here, and I just decided not to post it because I was like, girl, I'm not posting this. But I will put in some clips and footage of when I was there so you guys can see that I actually was there. Hey guys, so I know you're probably expecting some footage from Aaliyah's meet and greet. Long story short, I never went inside. My anxiety got the best of me. So here I am back, and I did not go in. I don't really feel any type of way about it because I'm going to see Kid Cudi tomorrow. So I didn't come all the way here for nothing, but I am kind of disappointed in myself because, I don't know, you guys probably don't know how bad my anxiety really is. I always like to try to put myself in uncomfortable positions, and it never works out. Like it's like fight or flight. If you have anxiety, you know how that is. In a situation where I'm able to get myself out of it and not go through with it, I'm gonna do it. So in that case, I literally had questions about something, but I didn't wanna like get out and ask. And it was just like, I know it sounds really petty, but y'all, my anxiety is like through the roof. So yeah, I did not go inside. I do feel some type of way about it, but I'm just like, whatever. So yeah, that's embarrassing. I'm just kidding, but I ended up not going, obviously. So that would have been a great experience, but I will meet her one day. Okay, I'm putting it out there, putting it into the universe. I'm gonna meet Aaliyah one day. So then I flew back to Corpus, and at that point, I'm pretty sure I had like a week or 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure it was 2 weeks left living in Corpus. So it was like back to back, crunch time. So obviously the military is responsible for moving all of your household goods to wherever it is that you're going, not your car. Depending on your situation, they will, but for us, it didn't apply. So I had to get my car shipped, and we drove my husband's car from Corpus all the way to Atlanta. So shortly after we arrived, we were expecting to not have our furniture, honestly, for a while, because we've heard stories about people and their household goods, them not getting it for like a month. Ciao, I was nervous, but we got our stuff in like a week, and I was super excited. But once we got our stuff, 2 of our TVs were broken. One of the mirrors just was completely gone. We have no idea where it is, completely just disappeared into thin air. And then my desk that I've had since like 2019, that I paid a lot of money for, okay, and I was not planning on getting rid of it anytime soon, a whole piece of the desk is just gone. So that was pretty rough. I was like, dang, I thought we was gonna have a good experience. Aside from the guys, they were really nice, but a lot of our stuff was just messed up or gone. Shortly after we got here, my dad came to visit. Shout out to you, Dad. I know he's not watching this video because he doesn't even know how to really operate YouTube like that, but he came to visit, we had a good time. And then for the first time, we went back home to Florida for the first time since living in Georgia. Since we are a lot closer now, we were able to just drive down there, see family, spend time with them, hang out, have fun, you know, what families do. And then we just did a little bit of exploring, going out, trying different restaurants, just staying in the city and just really getting the experience. We went to Fox Theater to see B. Simone, or y'all know, the comedy tour. We did that. That was really nice, and I ended up meeting B. Simone a little bit after, so shout out to you, girl. And then November rolls around and we go to the Millennium Tour, which was a lot of fun. It was so nostalgic, and I just felt it was, the energy in there was insane. I had such a good time there. It was just so much fun. So I'm so glad I went to that. I've always heard about it, but I've never gone, and I was like, I have to go. Thanksgiving rolls around, we go and visit family in Atlanta because now we can just go, you know, drive to them. And we had fun, we ate, we just did what families do. We played games, all of that. So then of course, December rolls around, and if you guys didn't know, my birthday is in December 7th to be exact, which is also Pearl Harbor Day. But I went to stay in a cabin in the woods. Such a beautiful cabin. I was just so bummed that the weather was literally shitty the whole time. It rained, it was muggy, it was cloudy, and we weren't even able to use like the outside area. But I will show you guys, you know, what the inside of the cabin looked like. Here's my birthday photo, my birthday dress. Had a good time. Me and my husband just spent time together. It was such a cozy vibe, and it was just so comfortable. I'll also link that Airbnb down below. So a week after my birthday, we hung out with a couple of friends from high school. We got a hotel in the city, and we just stayed the night and just hung out with them. We went to a hookah lounge, and I think we went somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure. We were staying in the same hotel, so there was like a lot of stuff going on downstairs. There was like live music, a bar, such a vibe. And shout out to all the people that I met that night. Love you guys. And then I started to feel like I hadn't really posted in a while. I was kind of like losing my mojo when it came to taking photos, posting my looks and stuff like that. So I decided to go on Peerspace, and I ended up renting out an abandoned middle school, which was literally one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. I was so scared in there, but it was so much fun. It was freezing. It was like 30 degrees, obviously, in an abandoned building. It was cold. The windows were busted out. I was literally freezing, but it was such a great experience, and I would definitely do it again. It was so much fun. Sounds like somebody begging on something.
Bronny in her natural habitat. Giddy shouty.
Still not 100% on this spot.
Huh?
I'm still not 100% on this spot. Let's see. Walking. If you guys ever need like a space to shoot anything, I would go on Peerspace. There are so many different things on there that you can rent out, studios, an abandoned middle school, which is so cool. Just other types of things on there for you guys to get content done. I had never really used it before, and I was like, listen, I'm about to go in here and see what I can find, and it was so much fun. I really enjoyed that. So of course, the holiday season rolls around and I went home to visit family. Now that we are super close, we can literally just drive home now, which is such a luxury. I love it. We just hung out with family. My dad came home with us as well. My dad lives up north, for anyone who cares, but he lives up north, so he came down to Atlanta and he went to Jacksonville with us. And that was just a good time. I had a lot of fun. New Year's came around. I was literally in the bed. My husband was sick. And I was like, you know what? There's no place I would rather be right now than in the bed with my husband, knocked out, because there's really nothing to do anyway. And I was just like, I'm just happy to be here, honestly. So that's how I spent my New Year. Now here we are in January. I'm just super excited about this year. As far as last year, overall, it was a great year. It was just really stressful, obviously. It was a good year, but it was stressful. Another thing that I wanted to touch on in this video is life after the military. So I wouldn't consider myself to have really had that experience until my husband got out. So you guys know I got out back in 2018. I didn't really feel much of a difference because he was still in, so I still felt like I was in the military. Nothing really changed. All I didn't do was go back to work anymore. So now that he's out, it's just a lot, which is also another reason why I've kind of been like prioritizing me time away from social media, because there's so much stuff that you have to do as a civilian that you don't have to do as a military member, that we are now required to do, and we haven't had to do that for the last 10 years. So it's been an adjustment. It's been a lot of money, a lot of fees, a lot of things that I'm not even going to get into, but for those who have transitioned out of the military, you know that it's a big adjustment. So really last year I felt like I really prioritized myself, my mental, and just taking time away. I did also work, but I didn't overwork myself like I typically would do. I just really lived in the moment for once, instead of just trying to get content all the time or trying to make something out of everything. I'm just gonna be present. And in doing so, I will say that I unintentionally isolated myself. I felt like that was necessary because I was kind of going through a lot internally, and it was just being masked by me doing work. And I didn't really realize it. I didn't really like sit in it for a period of time because I was always working. But sometimes isolation is necessary for growth. I hope people realize that just because you do that, you're not a bad person. It doesn't make you a terrible friend, a terrible sister, cousin, whatever, because you want to put yourself first for once. I felt like for so long, and I'm not going to get too deep into like my personal life with my family, but I felt like for so long I was putting everyone else before me, and just, you know, I had a lot of hands in front of me, a lot of hands out, and I was just, you know, and I was like, I can't do that anymore. I have to set boundaries because it was starting to affect my relationships with certain people. I didn't want it to tarnish the relationship. So before it even got to that point, I was like, I have to cut this off. I have to separate this from our relationship, or we just won't have one. And I know a lot of people know what I'm talking about. I know a lot of people can relate. It was just something that was really weighing heavy on me last year, like breaking down into tears, just asking why. You know, not gonna go too deep into that, but I think you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. So that was a recap of 2022. I know that was a lot, but I really wanted to give you guys like something, because I feel like I haven't really sat down, talked to you guys, and just been personal one-on-one with you. So I just wanted to let you guys know exactly what was going on with me last year, because I feel like I didn't really sit down and talk a lot. So I hope that was, you know, eye-opening. But here we are in 2023, and the next question that I get a lot of questions about is life in Atlanta. How am I liking it? Do I like it? Do I regret moving here? All of that. So as far as Atlanta goes, I'm not gonna say that I'm 100% yet, because I haven't really done too much. I noticed that my anxiety got a little bit worse when I got here because I was put in situations that I didn't really think about. So basically, one of the things that I'm talking about is getting noticed anywhere you go. I will never get used to it. I mean, maybe I will, but initially starting off as someone who was super sheltered in my shell, literally in my turtle shell for so long, and then coming to a place where 70% of my followers are, it's like it's difficult. I'm not gonna lie, because initially I was just here. I was like, oh, I'm in Atlanta, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, and I would get noticed everywhere, and it would catch me off guard every single time. And I hope that I never came off as rude or just like mean or anything like that. If anything, I hope that I came off as awkward and just shy, because that's what it was. I never want people to think that I'm being mean or I don't want to talk or whatever. That's just my social anxiety. Like, I don't know what to do right now. So I'm just like, you know, so that's all it is. But that is something that I didn't really think about. And I was like, girl. So that kind of put me deeper into my shell that I was trying to come out of. When I first moved here, it was like constant. We'd be standing in line at like Shake Shack, and the people behind me would be like, is that Bronny? And I'm like, oh my God. I would literally freak out inside, and I'm like, just don't turn around, don't turn around, don't turn around. If they say something, then of course speak back, but like, don't be weird. And it would just be so awkward for me. So that's something I gotta work on. Obviously I have to meet more people and just be more social. So that's gonna take a while. And then also another thing, started off my Atlanta experience on the wrong foot, is the home that I'm in currently. Like I said, we weren't able to actually view the home before we moved in it. We saw the pictures and all of that, but seeing the pictures and seeing it in person is two completely different things. Like, the house isn't terrible, but it's just a lot of things that don't work for me, what I'm used to as far as space, storage, and also, not to mention, the condition of the house when we moved into it was just disrespectful, to be honest. It was so disrespectful that I was like, I don't even want to live here at this point. I don't care if somebody comes here and cleans it or does this or does that. I don't even want to be in here at this point, but it's already too late because you signed a lease. So you kind of have to deal with it. So I was just kind of upset about that too. So that's why you guys don't ever really see me vlogging or around the house or anything like that, because to be honest, I don't like it. It's not my favorite place in the world, but I know that I'm here until July. I cannot wait until July gets here so I can move. I already have my eye on a couple of places, and I'm super excited to get up out of here, because for someone who works from home, you want to actually like where you're working. You want to actually like where you're living, first of all. You want to like the way it looks. You want to have a certain, like, if you have a certain look that you want to go for, you want to be in that. And that's just not what this house is giving. So cannot wait to get up out of here. And then also something that I get a lot of questions about is me linking with other influencers. So basically, before I even got here and I announced that I was going to be moving here, there's like this thing where people feel like when you move to a new city, you have to be best friends with all the people that live in that city. And that's not necessarily the case. Like, you see, you know, your faves interact online. That's great. Like, I love all my Atlanta girls. I love all my girls all over the place, all the influencers that I interact with online. But it's like, I don't want anything to be forced. I don't want anything to come off as inauthentic. I don't want it to be like an obligation because we both do the same thing, you know? I want everything to be organic. So if you see me with someone or if I link up with someone, it'll probably be because it was supposed to happen, not because I'm trying to meet this person or link up with this person so we can, like, you know, collab or all. I don't do any of that. If it happens, it will happen, okay? I want everything to be super organic because I want to build real, true friendships, and I don't want anything to be an on-camera friendship, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's that on that. I mean, eventually you guys will see me with some of my faves, but of course it'll be when it's supposed to happen. I'm not going to force anything. I just want everything to be super authentic. So lastly, we're just going to talk about a few things for this year that I have upcoming, any goals, anything that I want to do, you know what I mean, that I have going on this year. So obviously it's January. We're almost basically halfway through it at this point. I'm so excited to get to February because your girl is going to New York Fashion Week. So obviously it will be my very first New York Fashion Week. And I'm not gonna lie, your girl is nervous as hell. As you guys know, I'm just super shy and reserved. I'm in this little bubble, you know? But this will be my chance to really kind of put myself out there for real. And I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. It's just gonna be so much fun. I can already see it now. I don't have any concrete plans. I'm just going there to suss out the vibe. Okay, I'm going to be getting my looks together. I currently am actually getting my looks together. I have so many looks planned and I'm just stepping out of my comfort zone and I'm just super excited. So definitely stay tuned. I will be vlogging. I know I say that all the time, but I definitely will be vlogging this because it's going to be an experience and I want you guys to come along with me. So of course, a couple of my goals for this year are to just post more, just be a lot more consistent. Consistency is different for everybody, but for me, I do want to be a little bit more active on all platforms, obviously Instagram, obviously YouTube and TikTok. I really was in my TikTok bag low-key when I was in Corpus. I was really comfortable doing it, and then I kind of fell off doing it, and then I just felt awkward doing it, so I was like, I'm not gonna do it right now. I'll just wait. So now I want to get back to the point where I'm posting on there. So let me know anything you guys want to see on TikTok. I definitely want to do like OOTDs, get dressed with me's, get ready with me type of videos and stuff like that, just so you guys can see the process of me getting ready. I think that's super, super fun. And then of course, I want to explore more this year with my fashion, mixing high-end and affordable pieces. I already did that, but on a smaller scale. But I definitely have been evolving in my style recently, and I really want to showcase that. Over the years, you're gonna grow, and your audience is too. So I want to kind of switch up my look a little bit. I don't want to be super, I don't want to say trendy, but I want to dress my age, but also like super fun. I don't want to be super sophisticated all the time. I don't want to have on a suit all the time, you know, but I do want to kind of elevate my style a little bit. Saving is obviously a really big goal of mine this year. It is every single year. I really, really want to save. This year I want to make 6 figures. Again, this will be my 3rd year, I think. 2nd or 3rd year making 6 figures, which is so crazy to even say out loud. So grateful, so blessed. It's just crazy that I went from making 1/4 of this back when I was in the military to now like tripling and quadrupling it. Goal is never money for me. I'm just grateful that I can make a life off of doing exactly what I love. It's such a blessing, and I don't take it for granted at all. And that's why I want to continue to be consistent and really give you guys quality. And then of course, my next goal is to find a new home, not necessarily purchasing, because that's still one of those things where I don't want to rush into it. We are still trying to figure out if we're going to even stay in Atlanta or Georgia as a whole, because talks of moving back home have been thrown out there a couple times. So we're just kind of not like ready to just settle on something, you know? So after we move out of this home, we will be moving into something that we actually get to go see. We get to walk around, we get to see, touch, feel, open doors, like all that, and be able to actually get a feel for the house before we actually move into it. So we will be renting again, and then hopefully we'll be able to be there for a little while before we actually decide to either stay here or purchase something here or just move somewhere else completely. And then overall, I just want to be happy, okay? Being happy is something that I always want, no matter what year it is, but it's something that I haven't really been, honestly, in a while, up until probably like the last year. And that's not necessarily in a specific area, just overall. Like, I just haven't been happy. It's something that I have been working a lot on, and I noticed that it's because I wasn't taking care of me. And that's something that you really have to do in order to be happy. You have to put yourself first, and you have to do what you have to do for yourself, because you can't do all this stuff, you know, for this person, that person, and all this and be happy. It's just no way. Because a lot of times we're constantly pouring into other people and not ourselves, and then we run out and we don't have anything left to give. And that's where I was last year. So I had to put myself first. It was just a shell of myself. I didn't really have much left to give, and I was like, I can't do this. I have to give myself the love and attention and everything that I give everyone else. I have to, and it's been paying off. I see the difference. I can see the changes in me. I see my spirits are lifted a lot more. I'm just happy. I'm super happy, and I just want to continue to be that all year for the rest of my life, hell. And on that note, we have reached the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I just wanted to kind of talk, okay? I wanted to sit down and talk and really be one, okay? Be one with you guys, and I really want to build a stronger connection with you all. I truly appreciate every single one of you, and I really, 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 really will not be here without you. I know you guys know that. I just want it to reflect. I want you guys to feel that. So this year, I want to be way more personable. I want to chit chat with you guys more, interact with you guys more. And like I said, it is something that is hard for me, and I know you guys probably have noticed. So yeah, I definitely want to interact with you all a lot more this year. I do want to start like going live randomly on different platforms and just getting ready, chit-chatting, talking to you guys literally like you're my friends, my girls, my cousins. I just want us to have a tighter bond. I want us to build a community that everyone feels safe in. I want everyone to be happy here. I want you guys to tell me what you want, what you don't like, what you prefer, because all of this is because of you, essentially. So I really, really, really want to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know anything down below that you guys want to see, or whatever it is, let me know down below. If you guys have anything you want me to know, anything you want from me this year, then definitely let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely be sure to hit this video with a thumbs up. If you guys want more videos like this, definitely let me know. And I love you guys so, so much, and I hope you guys are having an amazing year so far. Shout out to all of you who have been following me for so long. Even if you just followed me yesterday, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. I love you guys so, so much. Follow your girl on Instagram. Go show me some love, okay? Because Instagram be playing with me. Instagram literally be playing with me. And I can't take it. I literally can't. But definitely go follow me over there and just show your girl some love. And I will see you all in my next one.